Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CRM Analytics video session 235. So basically in today's video, what we are going to do is we will actually continue the SAQL practice. So we will take some of the measures like the sum of amount and the average of amount. And what we are going to do is probably we will group by the dimension as well as dates. So we can take one of the dimension and one of the dates from the opportunity. And for the filters, we will go for the filtration of all the three data types. That we will go for measure, dimension as well as date. Okay, so it will be a mixture of everything, and then we will see how we can write that particular code. So let's go to the Analytics Studio. Uh, Here, let me go for this particular data set. Let's say I take sum of amount and I take the average of, let's say, expected revenue. Okay? Or let's say I take the average of amount itself. I'm confused. And here, what I can do is I can go for, let's say, something like close date. I'm going for year month. Okay. And over here, what I'm going to do is I will go for, let's say, stage. Okay. Maybe I can take the average of expected amount. That is fine. And for the filters, let's say I go for the amount itself, and let's say I take the value from 0 to 2 lakhs. Okay, something like that. 0 to 2 lakhs is fine. I take the date as created date as previous year. So I'll just go for my created date and I will take the previous year from here. And finally, I'm going to take the lead source. For example, let's say I go for lead source contains and go for partner. Okay. And for the sorting part, let me clear the sorting from here. That is fine. And maybe what I can do is I can go for this kind of sorting, that is sort within groups descending. Okay. So let me just quickly write what are the things I've written. So here, yeah. So what I'm displaying, so I'm displaying the sum of amount and average of expected amount, sum of amount, average of expected amount. Okay. So group by close date and stage. Okay. So group by close date, year, month, of course, and stage, right? And what are the filters I'm giving? I'm giving the filters. So these are the filter conditions. Okay. The filter given. So the first is basically amount 0 to 2 lakhs. So amount 0 to 2 lakhs. Okay, and created date is previous year. Created date is previous year. I could have also written sum of an average amount for this year. Okay, I could have also written that. But anyway, that's fine. I'm just writing in plain simple English right now over here. And lead source contains partner. Okay, so lead source contains partner. Okay. And the order by will be, so the order by is add engine, add engine descending order of sum of amount, add engine descending order of. The condition is stored within groups. Okay. Cool. Now let's check this sentence line what I've written once again. So I need to display the sum of amount. Display the sum of amount and average of expected amount, and group by close date, year, month, and stage, which is also fine. And the filters condition are already given by me. That is amount and created date is previously lead sources, partner contains partner, and finally I'm ordering by this close date. I'm sorry, sum of amount in descending order, but it has to be within group. That means basically the close date will be nothing but ascending order. Okay, I think that's how it should be. And as you can see, that is the way it is done. So now let's go through one by one and we will write it afterwards. So we are loading the data set. This is completely fine. We are filtering amount more than equal to 0 and less than equal to lakh because that is the range which I've given. Again, we are filtering for date in 1 year ago to 1 year ago. That is fine. The lead source is matching to partner. And finally, we are grouping by each one of them. The close date is in year, month, and stage name. And finally, we are displaying each one of them over here. Some of them here, it is expected revenue. Okay. The field is expected revenue as we are displaying the sum of amount and average of expected revenue. And finally, we are ordering by because it is sorted within group. The close year and month is in ascending, and the A, which is the sum of one, is in descending. Okay. So pretty cool. Nothing complex over here. It's just a complete mixture of all the simple things of SQL which we have learned till now. Okay. Now with this, what we are going to do, we have analyzed the code. Now we will practice this. Okay. So here I will hide the previous one, and we will start to write the query for this. Okay. So Q equal to load this particular data set. Then Q equal to filter Q by, we will write it, that is fine. Then Q equal to proof Q by, and I will mention whatever fields I need to mention first. So basically it is close date underscore year. Then we have the close date underscore month, and we have the stage name of course. Okay. Then Q equal to for each field generate, and we will generate each one of them. So Q dot, I will write this particular thing over here as this one. Then Q dot, again I will mention this over here as this one, and then basically sum of Q dot amount as equal, and then we have the average, right? So average of Q dot expected revenue as E. Okay, finally we will group by, so Q equal to sorry, order by, yeah, so Q equal to order Q by, and we will mention those things over here. So it is close date here, ASC. Then of course we have the close date month as well, ASC. And after that we have the A, which will be in DESC. Okay. And finally Q equal to limit Q 2000. Fine. And of course we are going to write the filtration over here. So the filter is amount. So filter Q by Q equal to filter Q by amount more than equal to 0 and amount less than equal to 2 lakhs of course. Yeah. Then and we are going to write the date part of course. Okay, and I'm going to mention the created date. This will be created date on this page. Okay. In what I'm going to write is the previous years, that is 1 year ago to 1 year ago. Okay, and the last part is the lead source, right? So the lead source contains the lead source contains partner. Okay, so I can write over partner. I can take it to the next line and contains So yeah, let's read it one last time. Display sum of amount average of expected revenue group by close date, year, month, and stage. And these are the filters. And the lead source is this, okay? And I have to arrange this in descending order of sum of amount stored within groups, okay? So Q equal to, I'm loading the opportunity, Q equal to filter to the amount more than equal to 0 because the range is clearly mentioned, 0 to 2 lakhs. And I have converted this whole thing into date, created it and period, this thing in 1 year ago to 1 year ago, and lead source contains partner. Okay. Then I'm grouping Q by close date year, close date month, and stage name, and I'm generating each one of them as you can see, right? So this is fine, and finally I'm ordering by in this manner. Okay. So I think this is perfectly fine. Now let's check the code. Okay. So here I'm going to the new lens, go to the query mode, and I will just paste it over here and let me run that query. If there is some mistake, let's identify what is it. And this is okay. Let me take the lead and over here. That is fine. So it is written contains partner and lead source contains partner. Okay. Let's understand what is the issue. So I think the issue is somewhere over here. Let me just comment out this line. Okay. So let me comment out this line just to ensure that there is no issue anywhere else. Okay, so we have some issue on this line. So Q equal to filter Q by amount and date created it here in this seems fine, and lead source contains, sorry, lead source will be matches partner. I'm sorry, this will be matches partner. Okay? So this will be matches partner. Okay? Yeah, just ensure you correct this one. So it will be matches actually. Fine. Now let's see. Yeah, I think I have got it. So here, if you see 76131. Okay, this seems fine. And 38120. Yeah. So 2031-01 over here, 206. I think this is completely fine. Okay, as you can clearly see over here as well. So you can download and check it as well. That is also completely fine. But that is the whole thing about this SAQL. As you have seen, there is just one mistake which I made, which is related to this matches part. But otherwise, the whole query is completely written. And basically, in this manner, if you practice a lot more by going for multiple combinations, like you just go for the point and click, take randomly some measures, take randomly, like for example, the way I was doing over here. So you can just take randomly any kind of measures, okay, and then you can randomly take any kind of dimensions, ensure that the date part is also included, and finally you can take a multiple, I mean filtration for all the three data types, okay. You can go for mix also, and after that, you can just try to write that SQL on your own, okay? The way we have written. There will be occasion when you will be making mistakes, which is completely fine. But the thing is to ensure that you identify those mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Also, you can take the help of this particular thing like code comparison tool, that is the diff checker. So in case there's just some kind of mistakes you are making, you can always utilize this one. You can paste the original query, you can paste your query, and you can check like where is the differences lying. Something which we also did earlier as well, right? So yeah, this is the way to keep on practicing. This is one of the ways in which you will become confident in SQL. And of course, after that, you always have the AI. So whatever I'm writing, okay. So manually, whatever I'm writing these things, I mean, if you just give some kind of prompts to AI, it will generate you the code. But that's not the idea. Currently, we are just on the level where we are understanding what each of these SQL statement means, and we need to be strong in those particular SQL statements. And after that, of course, for complex scenario, we can always go for the AI part. Okay. So this is still a series which is continuing, just helping you to identify how this SQL works, what is this to make you familiar with this particular coding language of SQL. So yeah, that's it about this. Let me meet very soon in our